WWE superstar Rhea Ripley has now shared her reaction to a bold request from Tiffany Stratton. Both women are set to enter WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas as the reigning world champions of the Raw and SmackDown brands, respectively. On the January 6, 2025, Netflix premiere of Raw, the Nightmare dethroned Liv Morgan to become the new Women's World Champion. Meanwhile, on the January 3, 2025, edition of SmackDown, the Buff Barbie cashed in her Money in the Bank contract, defeating Nia Jax for the WWE Women's Championship. The two champions shared a massive moment on screen. Fans affectionately dubbed them Strapley, a playful combination of Stratton and Ripley's names. In a recent interview with Ring the Bell, the center of the universe expressed a desire to see Rhea Ripley in pink gear. Responding to Tiffany Stratton on X, formerly Twitter, Mammy shared her reaction with two emojis. Rhea Ripley made a huge mistake on WWE Raw. Io Sky was scheduled to face Liv Morgan on the February 3, 2025 episode of Raw, with a spot in the upcoming Women's Elimination Chamber match on the line. However, Morgan attacked Sky, and when Rhea Ripley came to check on her, Raquel Rodriguez assaulted the reigning Women's World Champion. Despite this, the Genius of the Sky and the Miracle Kid still faced off in a one-on-one match. In the closing moments, Raquel interfered to assist her fellow Judgment Day stablemate in securing a victory. This prompted Mammy to intervene, inadvertently taking out Liv Morgan. Consequently, the match ended in a disqualification, and Morgan punched her ticket for the Elimination Chamber PLE. The damaged CTRL member was heartbroken by Rhea Ripley's actions. The Eradicator attempted to apologize, but Io Sky was unwilling to accept it. Her opportunity to headline WrestleMania 41 had been jeopardized, and she was deeply resentful. However, Rhea Ripley has received a three-word message from fellow WWE superstar Rhea. This week on NXT TV, the 25-year-old Australian returned to in-ring action for the first time since late December 2024. Rhea teamed up with Sol Ruca on this week's edition of the Black and Silver brand. The duo defeated Gigi Dolin and Tatum Paxley in a tag team match. This was the Aussies' first appearance on television since the December 17 edition of NXT, when she and Ruca lost to Lash legend and Jakara Jackson. On X, Twitter, Rhea Ripley reacted to Rhea's photo posted by WWE Australia's official handle. The photograph also caught the latter's attention, who sent a three-word message to the reigning Women's World Champion. "Got me good," wrote Rhea. Tommy Dreamer believes Charlotte Flair will choose Tiffany Stratton over Rhea Ripley as her opponent at WrestleMania 41. Flair won the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble match, marking her WWE return with a historic triumph. Speaking on the Busted Open podcast, Dreamer said that after the Queen's segment with the Women's World Champion on Raw this week, he had a feeling that Flair would choose Stratton over Ripley to feud with on the road to WrestleMania 41. "I think they would go with her, Charlotte Flair, and Tiffany Stratton because of what I saw with Rhea Ripley tonight, with all the other stuff that was happening. My spidey sense is tingling, and I think something's going to happen with Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton," said Dreamer. On the latest edition of Monday Night Raw, Flair addressed the WWE Universe before being interrupted by Ripley. The two superstars recalled their previous meetings at the Show of Shows, including their match at WrestleMania 39 for the SmackDown Women's Championship. The Eradicator asked her long-term rival to pick her as her WrestleMania 41 opponent during their confrontation on Raw. Since becoming a two-time champion, she has successfully defended the title once, defeating Nia Jax at Saturday night's main event on January 25. Flair has yet to make her decision. She appeared on the developmental brand this week and confronted the NXT Women's Champion, Julia. The Queen is also expected to appear on SmackDown for a face-to-face with Stratton. However, WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton and Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley are set to enter WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas as champions. The buff Barbie has now made a bold request to mommy. Last year, Rhea Ripley and Tiffany Stratton crossed paths for the first time in the Stanford-based promotion. The two teamed up and faced Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez in a tag team match that ended in a disqualification. This led to their fans creating a new ship called Straply, and the two eventually became champions at the same time. In an interview on Ring the Bell, the buff Barbie made a bold request to mommy, expressing that she wants to see Ripley in pink gear. The women's world champion has often been seen in darker or goth-based in-ring gear, but Stratton thinks she can convince Ripley to do it for her. Rhea, I would love that. Would you wear pink for me? I think she would. Pink goth. I'm going to try to convince her, Stratton said. Earlier this year, several titles changed hands heading into WrestleMania 41. When WWE Raw made its Netflix debut, Rhea Ripley ended her feud with Liv Morgan as she captured the Women's World Championship for the second time in her career and hit Dominic Mysterio with a riptide. A few days before Mommy's win, Tiffany Stratton finally took a stand against Nia Jax on WWE SmackDown. She attacked Candice LeRae and cashed in her Money in the Bank contract to win the WWE Women's Championship. The buff Barbie also had a successful title defense against Bayley. However, WWE superstar Rhea Ripley recently took to social media to send a cryptic message following the latest edition of Monday Night Raw. The Eradicator confronted Charlotte Flair on this week's flagship show. After winning the Women's Royal Rumble, Charlotte Flair showed up on this week's Raw to cut a promo about her absence from WWE TV. She was soon interrupted by reigning Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley, who talked about the possibility of clashing with the Queen once again at this year's WrestleMania. The Queen then disrespected Mommy and suggested she might pick either of the three current champions across the three brands. However, the Women's World Champion then challenged Charlotte to pick her, as she wanted to beat some respect into the 38-year-old. Ripley recently took to her Instagram stories to upload a photo of herself. Mommy also sent a cryptic forward message about her day. "Fun things happened today," she wrote. During a recent edition of the Busted Open podcast, Tommy Dreamer said that Charlotte Flair might not choose to face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 41. The ECW legend also mentioned that the Queen could go after the current WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton. I think they would go with her, Charlotte Flair, and Tiffany Stratton because of what I saw with Rhea Ripley tonight, with all the other stuff that was happening. My spidey sense is tingling, and I think something's going to happen with Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton, Dreamer said. Hi lovely viewers, welcome to my channel. I am Lima. Hope your day is so well. If you liked the video, and subscribe the channel.